Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast by Rom Wills, and I'm Rom Wills. Understanding forgiveness. Hey, check this out, right? We always hear about forgiving people and all of that, but sometimes I don't think people really understand it, even though this explanation I'm about to give people, I'm sure people have heard it, but, there's some recent things that inspired me to want to share this today. Just some personal things, right? Understand. When you forgive somebody, it ain't about letting them off the hook. It really isn't. And it ain't about being buddy-buddy, especially if they did some foul stuff to you. That's not forgiveness. Forgiveness is for you, not for them. When you forgive somebody, you freeing yourself. Because let me explain. Say somebody do some foul stuff to you. You mad at them. You hate them. You got this animosity towards them. That's affecting you. That's really not affecting the other person. See, a lot of people, they be mad at another person, think it's affecting them. And in a lot of cases, since you got some evil people out here, they don't care. I want y'all to think about that. They don't care. You mad at them. They like, huh? In fact, you'll say that. There's instances, and some people know it. They angry at somebody, or somebody did something back to them in high school, and then, they get confronted years later, and the person be like, who are you? And that in a bad way, but they don't even know the person. They ain't been thinking about them. Like, you got some people, they holding that grudge or whatever against that person, and, that person will be dead and gone. Don't care. Moved on. They happy. Shoot. They done found Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, or the Great Pumpkin or something. They living a totally different life. But you still holding that grudge. That's slowly destroying you. When you forgive somebody, that's getting it off your chest. That's releasing your stuff. That's releasing whatever's hurting you about it. That's all that's doing. Because really, quite frankly, you got some, like I said, you got some people evil out there, so you can forgive them. They're like, hey, whatever. But you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. You doing it to free yourself. Because understand something, like some people say, nah, I always forgive them and all that. Just like, don't forgive them and, hold that grudge, all that stuff. You really do get some people to say that, but I'm like, that's not hurting the other person. That really isn't hurting the other person. And also, forgiveness don't mean, you gonna be buddy-buddy with that person. There's some people, I've had people do some foul stuff or some stuff that I found distasteful. And we cool now. We cool now. Then they got some other people did some stuff. Rom forgave them. But if Rom ever see him near him, Rom might be start firing a gun or something. And people say, well, Rom, how you going to say that? How you going to say forgive him, but then you ready to take action if you see him? I was like, I forgave him, but I got enough sense not to want him around me again. See, some people you just got to forgive and then walk away. Don't bother with them. It's something in that person's spirit that you don't need to deal with, right? Forgiveness don't mean let's be buddy-buddy again. It really don't. See, I think that's a problem. People think that's what it means. It just means you're releasing all of that animosity within yourself. But it might be a situation with that person where, it's just not good to be around them. Like if you get somebody, they just evil. They just do malicious things. You can forgive them for it, but it might be in your best interest to go your separate way. Sometimes it was meant for that, all that stuff to happen meant you ain't supposed to be around that person anyway. You can wish them well or something, but you go on, And even in cases where, you might try to rebuild the relationship, the reality is whatever caused the problem at first still happened. But then you starting anew. See, understand that. You starting anew. But the whole thing, like I said, it ain't about them. It's about you. I've seen so many people, they walking around because of what somebody else did. Like, somebody else called them ugly. Somebody else called them stupid. Somebody else did some wrong thing to them. And that person still got them. That person's still in their head. They got you good. You know, one of the things I always say, you want to mess with somebody, mess with their head. They got you good. But once you forgive them, they out of your head. What can they do to you? They done took their best shot. You just say, look, you know what? I understand that you a messed up individual, and I forgive you. It's cool. And they be like, oh, we can hang out. Hell no. But it's for yourself. Yeah, I'm laughing about it because, you know, people have to understand that. It's like you can go forward and everything. Because I'm like, and let me get a little bit bigger than that forgiveness thing. Most people are walking around out here basically messed up because of what somebody else did under their control. You know, still like pressed about what they said about you or did to you. And it's just like, you know, like I said, they could die. They could find religion. They could change up. Hell, they might even come up to you and apologize. But then, you know, if you still, the key is, are you still holding the animosity? So let it go. That's what it's all about. Pure and simple, straight and to the point. You know, you don't want to deal with all of that. You know, you want to like say, let that go, then you can move forward and do some stuff. You know, like I give you a practical example, right? Say you have a dude, right? A woman cheated on him, right? Woman cheated on him real bad, right? Really hurt him. Because he hasn't forgiven her, right? He's still holding on to all that. So even though he might meet some women who are going to be loyal to him and everything, he's still holding that animosity. So he's treating every woman like they're going to be that woman because he's still thinking about it. That woman's still there. He trying to get something happy and shoot, that woman still got his heart. But take another instance, he forgive her. He said, you know what, she cheated, forgive me. I'm going to let her go on and do her thing. You moved on, you free. That way when you go to that next woman, shoot, you can go with a free heart. You can actually make something really happen. Instead of having, you know, that other person there. And, you know, that works both ways. A lot of women like mad at some, you know what, you get some women out here, right? They get played by some dude. They get played. I mean, get dogged out by some dude back when they were like 19 or something. Like dogged. And they still hold that anger against that dude. So every dude they meet, they taking that anger out on the new dude. Now they might meet some outstanding men then. But they still like, oh, he dogged me back then, so I'm gonna dog all these people. Now, if that woman say, you know what, he dogged me, I learned, I ain't gonna get with that type of guy, I forgive him. Then when she meets a good guy, she can move on. Y'all see how that works? It's a very simple concept. Because it really comes down to freeing yourself. That's all it is. You free yourself. Then you can move on. You know? And even, you know, sometimes it helps if you tell that person you forgive them. Sometimes if you just forgive them in your mind and just move on. Because it could be a dangerous situation where you might not need to be in that person's presence again. Then you can do it. And I've seen that shit to happen in my own life when I just forgave somebody and then things opened up for them because I ain't focused on some negative shit. So anyway, right? That's it. That's it for today. Hey, look, y'all keep rising and transforming. Peace and blessings.